of him having an embarrassing and horrible response to one of his community members answering a question that he asked them.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right.
Bro, chat, my Twitter was bombarded with this shit and it had like things you may like. Bro, I was molding. Is it over my feet? I never clicked it. Dude, it was all
Kirby,
my
where the
fucking
fuck have you
feed,
been?
man.
Oh my god. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Kirby, you know what we're not going to do?
Wait, what did he say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So do it again?
He asked them.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Kirby, where the fuck have you been? Oh my god. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Kirby, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to talk about it in my chat. Because it's Friday. And that is a whole big bucket of bummer.
And his response is a big barrel of butt cheeks. So to give context to this situation here on the lore, this was a regular viewer of this streamer, an avid supporter who had taken a bit of a hiatus and was unfortunately going through a very hard time with her mother passing. So when he saw that she was back, he asked her, "Oh, where have you been?" To which she just answered honestly, her mother had passed away, so, you know, it was a bit of a tough time. That's why she was taking a break. And then for some reason, this must have input a cheat code into the streamer's brain that just sent him into, like, debate club. He, for some reason, then just goes into, like, this TED Talk about how you shouldn't answer his question if your answer is something sad, because it brings down the vibes of the stream. It's baffling, because you had asked her, and she just answered your question honestly. I'll play a bit more of the clip before getting...
Listen, bitches, listen, bitches. I've told you this before, okay? There is a culture here before, okay, of trolling me, okay? Because chat wouldn't get my attention with their fucking donos. They would start saying, "Yo, dude, mom, dad, cat died, train derailed, ceiling on my head, evicted, fucking house on fire, bullshit, train bugged in." All the fucking time, and it was just so fucking deliberate and stupid that I started ignoring them and insulting them. Anybody would come in, okay, and tell me about the trauma, okay, I would fucking insult them. Why? Because they were all fake, dude, okay? And I could tell which ones were the ones that were fake, which ones that were not, okay? And I would act appropriately. Dude, I don't give no fuck, bitch.
Getting into it, but I want to make it clear early on that I understand a lot of streamers have a similar perspective where you don't really want someone in chat that's just talking about like a really traumatic experience they're going through, because it's not really the place for it, and the streamer's not the therapist. Like, I do get that perspective, but there's a difference between, like...
Okay, listen. Here's my actual take before people say I'm glazing. Here's the correct response, okay? When you hear something traumatizing, something that happened, something's trauma dumping, okay? Think about it like a line, okay? You're on a line, okay? And you either do this, right? Or you do this, okay? So you either say, "Hey man, I'm sorry that happened, blah blah," you talk about it. Or you say, "Hey man, sorry that happened, move on," right? You don't go and say, "Yeah, yo, fuck you, bitch ass, what you doing? What do you say?" You don't do that. Neutral or positive, or ignore. You don't have to fucking make them feel bad for it. There's no point doing that shit. There's no point.
Just a random person treating Twitch chat like it's their psychiatrist, and you asking
you helped me over the past few months after my grandpa died, but it's been helpful to watch you when I'm feeling down. Hell yeah, my dude! Paul!
You could have smuggled some people out.
Oh, fuck!
Someone a question and them answering honestly, especially when it's a member of the community that you already kind of know to a certain level. I don't understand why you're all of a sudden getting mad at them for answering that.
And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat.
Whoa.
Thank you. Well, okay, Mr. Dirty Kirby, you said no, that's fine.
Okay. So here's probably what his first mistake is. 1, he acknowledges the existence of it. 2, okay, wait for it. He acknowledges that it's real and he knows it's real. And then 3, then he fucks on him. That's the problem. Acknowledge that it's real, okay, right? And then fucks on him. You don't do that.
You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a...
Also, he asked. I forget about that. He did ask, "How's it going?"
Bummer news in the world. I said, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Kirby. When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" There are 2 acceptable responses.
Uh-oh.
Good, and you know what? I'll make it through.
What? Okay, forget it. This guy's far gone. Okay. Listen. As somebody who does this shit every day, okay, this fucking interact with pixels type shit, okay, this is unhinged.
This is good, And you know what? I'll make it through. That's
What? No. People can vent. People can say whatever the fuck they want, okay? Also, you know how I say, yo, you can only have these 2 responses, you're a robot, okay? Someone wants to say some shit, okay, whatever. It's kind of like on them, I guess, whatever. But they're still allowed to do that, okay? They're chilling. Like, I don't get it. It's not...
That's it.
So you want to just talk to NPCs
Yeah,
that
exactly.
only have 2
Bot. That's why I
dialogue
said bot.
options. Okay. Then why bother trying to communicate with a human being? Like, okay, give them a script. Make sure your community has the acceptable answer script to my stupid questions. I don't actually care where you've been. Like, just tell me one of these 2 canned responses.
Trauma dumping has been too much lately? No. Okay, trauma dumping isn't that big of a problem, okay? Unless you're like chasing people in and roping them in, okay? Somebody says, how you doing? Hey man, life is fucking dog shit. They can just say, oh, sorry that happened, man, and then move on. That's fine. There's no problem with saying, hey man, how am I doing? It's fucking dog shit. And the other person has the right to say, sorry man, I hope it gets better. Boom! It's done! They trauma dumped, I guess, but what is the extent of that? What is the damage of the trauma dump? There's none. There's fucking none. You're saying, oh my god, you say things were bad, oh now I feel bad. That's your fucking problem, bitch. You're being a pussy about it. Now you are being a pussy, okay? Not them. Now you are being a little bitch about it. Wait, what? That is how it is. Yes. If somebody says some entry level information about how things are going on like that, and you want to intake all that and saying that it's your fault, that's your problem. Fuck you.
Like, this is so fucking dumb. And I also love the audacity. Let me give you a lesson here on how to handle my questions going forward. It's just so laughable that he's acting like some kind of social savant here about how to handle public conversations and what you're allowed to say. You're a fucking Twitch streamer, man. All of us as streamers are not exactly the most socially gifted. Like, let's just face the facts here. So why are you trying to act like the authority on the matter here, as if you're some kind of social guru who's now giving a lecture?
You know what? Being socially inept doesn't always mean you're socially like bad. No, this thing here, boys. Wait, before everybody starts getting mauled about some shit, okay? Being socially inept doesn't mean you're a bad person. It rarely does, okay? What I mean by that is that no. What I mean by bad is being a negative person, being somebody who's being a bad person, okay? Inept. When you are inept, what it's gonna show to other people is that you are inept, okay? Sometimes I get caught up. Somebody says something really bad, like, hey man, like this happened, something really bad, right? And I'll say why. I don't know what it is with me. It happens sometimes. Okay? I'll say why. I shouldn't ask why, but I ask why. But the person knows for a fact that I'm inept, okay? And they'll give me like a pass for it, which is, I try to get better, but I either don't say, damn, Jesus Christ, man, that's your fault. Or like, dude, why you tell me that? I don't care. That's being negative or trash, okay? I don't do that shit. I'm inept. So don't mix being inept and being negative.
To your community about what is and is not allowed in a public conversation. It's fucking goofy. It's very silly.
How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive.
You know what's just as easy as those 2 responses is you being able to respond with some level of empathy like, oh man, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Or, damn, that's awful news, stay strong. Or, man, shit, that's terrible. Hopefully today's stream can lift your spirits a bit. Like, you also have equally easy responses to, like, instead of dwell on the negative here and for some reason try and shame her for answering your question.
Even the no empathy responses are still good as long as you're not like going at them though.
Honestly, you could have just as easily had a very simple and empathetic response to it and moved on from it. But instead, now you're putting all of it on her and blaming her for bringing down the entire atmosphere. As if she somehow forced you to enter your goofo mode here, your insano style tantrum that you're throwing. Like, it is your fault. You could have either not asked the question if you didn't want, like, real answers, or you could have had some level of empathy and just given, like, a general, decent response like, damn, awful news, sorry to hear that, stay strong.
Makes sense.
And then just go about, like, a good vibe stream. Like, it's super easy.
Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Curvy, I'm just subtly trying to tell you that unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette. It's just, it's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Heavy news like that.
Disagree. You can do whatever the fuck you want, pretty much anywhere. Depends. Listen. I don't. You just say, yeah, he's right. I don't agree at all. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, dude. You want to express yourself, man? Do what the fuck you want. Yeah, people are gonna be certain ways or whatever the fuck, right? And you might get some people to say, yo, you're fishing for attention. I don't give a fuck, man. If you want to express yourself, go ahead. You know what I do? I type in my offline chat. What about it? I don't give a fuck. People will say, yeah, he's doing that. Okay, so what?
When someone asks, hey,
What?
where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband left me for a younger woman,
He's copying my flow! He stole my old flow!
my house burnt down,
Hey! He copied my old flow! What the fuck is that?
car got stolen.
What the
so
fuck?
I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God. Like,
Oh god, your bad news is making my easy job just a
Bar for bar!
little stressful, because now I've heard your fucking bad news, like, ugh. Like, can you have some level of shame?
You know,
Can you stop?
Like, world record Minecraft! 16 minutes, 40 seconds! Bog! Hey man, dog died, fish died, cat died, mom died, train derailed, plane crashed, building, eviction. Fuck! Okay, dude! Motherfucker! Man, dude!
Stop having bad things happen to you and then share it with me when I ask? Like, fuck. God, where do you get off? It's, what a stupid perspective, bro. What are you talking about? That's not even what they did. You asked them a question and...
Also, you want to try again? Streamer 101, okay? I'm gonna give you some advice. I didn't have to fish for this advice, okay? I created it through experience, okay? Listen, if you're getting mad and people are doing it too much, trauma dumping and donos and shit like that, don't make that person feel bad. Package the motherfuckers. Package them in, okay? One guy does it, two guys did it, 3, 4, 5, and after like a couple days, if it's stacking, say, yo guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck lately, dude. This isn't anybody, but holy shit, man, bro, it's getting heavy. Y'all mother suckers, okay? I get it, bro. Can we chill a little bit, man? Like, holy, I think packaging in is fine as long as you're not going at one guy and you're smoking him. It's fine.
And they gave a simple response to it. Now, for a little further context, she, in her first response, accidentally led with, like, a laughing emotion. So she led with, like, LMAO because she was responding to, like, a joke he had told and then answered his question about her mom passing away. She got a little concerned that it was going to be misconstrued like she was joking about that. So then she clarified again that, no, like, it's just been a rough time. It's just been horrible. So she said it, like, twice or 3 times in total, but it was never to dwell on it or try and treat him like a therapist or treat chat like it was a self-help subreddit or something. She just answered his question but didn't like her first answer because she thought it might get misconstrued. So then just said like, no, it's just been bad, and that's where it was. She didn't try and like keep pressing it further or anything. For some reason he did. He took it and ran with it and made it an overwhelmingly negative thing and then shamed her publicly in front of the entire community for it, which is so fucking weird and terrible thing to do. Now, like I said in the very beginning, I do understand the perspective of not wanting your community to treat it like it's like a therapy session where they're dropping really heavy things going on in their personal lives into the Twitch chat or asking you to solve the problems.
On the reality is, guys, my DM on Twitter, okay, I had a bunch of like stories every day, 10 paragraph stories of like people saying, yo, dude, here's how my life is. Dying from cancer, fucking everybody on fire, bang, 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 bang. Okay? And it's not one guy per day. It'd be bang, bang, bang. A bunch of them. And you know what, dude? Okay? I won't reply to offline DMs because a lot of times I read them when it's too late. I read them like once every fucking like a week or some shit. Once every 2 weeks. Okay? But I know for a fact that it probably helped them somehow, okay, to just say it. Them saying it, okay, was a big part of like feeling better in that moment. Just laying it out there. They don't want to put it in anywhere else, okay? And I didn't respond. They can say I'm a bad person for that, okay? But there's just so many. I was like, dude, I'd rather them releasing it like that than me responding, me responding, and at one point me going live for 20 hours and then not responding, and then feeling like, oh my God, dude, man, he was connecting with me, dude, but now he doesn't do it anymore. Now I feel bad. No, dude. I think it was better to ignore in that situation, and it's just what I do, man. I think that's fair enough.
For them, I do agree that is just not the time nor the place, and that's not going to help the person either. That's not going to help them or anyone else around you. That needs professional help and someone to actually be there and qualified to give real helpful advice to that person that's struggling. And Twitch chat is the last place you'd want to go for anything real. So I do agree, like,
Real
that is
shit.
never a good case, like that's never a good situation to be in, but that's not the situation this streamer was in. He had asked a community member that he knew a question, and it was a personal question. Where have you been? Now I'm waiting for your answer. And they explained, well, it's just been a bad time because her mom had passed away. And that's it. She didn't like keep going forward about it, like to try and like make it all about what she's going through. She just answered his question point blank. And for some reason he went off the rails about it.
Like, you know, like if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy, just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while. Got it. That's it.
Wait, I feel like, something tells me that he would have the same reaction if the person said that.
I'm not trying to rip you a new ass.
Yeah, not trying to rip you a new ass, just trying to embarrass you in front of the entire stream.
Hey, Félix,
The lack of
my
self-awareness
mom
here.
died, then my cat
Buddy,
died,
that is kind of
then my
exactly
fish
what she
died,
did, but instead
then
of just
my
saying,
train
I've got some
derailed,
shit that I'm going
then
through,
my
so I was
friend
lying
died.
low, she said,
You
well,
make it through it, though.
family member passed away, so I was
Especially
lying
when-
low. That's it. She didn't continue to, like, go through the nitty-gritty on everything that happened. She did almost exactly what you said, but was a little more specific on exactly what that shit was. But in essence, it's the same thing. Would you have still melted down if she had said, I had a lot of bad, horrible things happen, so I was laying low for a bit? I don't think so. You probably would have just given a normal, like, decent human response, like, man, sorry to hear that. Hope that shit clears up soon. Why couldn't you have had that same level-headed, rational response to her just being a bit more specific with what that horrible thing she was going through was? She didn't. Streamers pull less than 5
Stats put together, stack bus C. In 9 days of any streamer, I'm gonna 6 viewers, and they were at 6%.
viewers. So anything more than 5 immediately
what?
than all Twitch streamers pull less than 5 viewers. So anything more than 5 immediately puts you in the top 6.7% of the site. These are old numbers too. These are from 2021, so I imagine this is only grown. So why am I bringing this up? Well, because the streamer who right now is catching more tomatoes than the goddamn Heinz ketchup factory is not a huge streamer. At least not by most people on Twitter's definition of a big streamer. He has around 55 average viewers, and to put that in perspective, that does put him in the top 1% of Twitch, at least
Literally,
based
yeah.
on the numbers I'm seeing. Because again, the vast majority of streamers are streaming to actually 0 people. Crickets. You have better luck getting your old high school classmates to watch your Facebook live stream than you do getting found on Twitch.
Guys, 50,000 is not bad, guys. I did the rundown of 1 to 200 twice from 1. And dude, it's a lot of legwork, man. It's a lot of legwork,
Starting
man.
a community from nothing.
Yo, it's
so
a
everyone
lot
that's
of
just writing
legwork.
him off as a nobody and fuck small streamers, who cares what they are saying or what their opinion is. I hate that perspective, and I will always hate that perspective. The mentality around numbers is so like fucked up these days that they can't recognize how big of a number 55 average viewers is. Like, yes, it's not the biggest streamers on Twitch, but that's still a pretty large number when put in perspective with how big the market is and how saturated it is. But this ties into the bigger point I want to make on the back of those numbers.
Now, during the current year, okay. Even though there's more streamers, there are more ways to get past the early numbers. You're just not thinking creatively. Okay, the way that I got past the 1 viewer mark, okay, is by being creative. Okay, and I've said it before in certain videos, in certain questions people asked how I did it. I said it. I was very open about it, and it was fine. This is a question mark. You got lucky? No, I did not. No, I did not. Okay, I posted on forums that were about. It was literally meant for people to share their things and share their streams. I did that. I would post my stream on Facebook, okay, on a place that literally said, "Yo, if you stream this game in French, post your link." And I would post there. They was literally invited in those places. They wanted that. You guys, hey. You guys say Facebook, Omega lol, Facebook, you guys make it funny for it, okay? I did that every day that I started my stream, and you want to know, dude? I'm at the point where I'm at right now because of this shit. Where are you guys at? Everybody say Facebook, Omega lol. Where are you at? Pussy! Yeah.
The market being as saturated as it is, carving out a community being as tough as it is, the last thing you want to do is fuck it up. Which is exactly what this guy has just done. He's currently streaming right now with like 140 viewers, which is more than he normally averages, but I imagine the majority of this is hate watchers hoping to just shit on him in the chat. And I've already seen it from a couple of his subs. Some people were saying how disappointed they were in him. And that's a really big deal because when you have a really tight-knit community, once the viewers start feeling like
I probably have the
you
post still
don't
up.
actually give a fuck about them at all, or that you're kind of a piece of shit, they probably won't stick around because there's so many other streamers that they'll just go to. So this will potentially end up being a huge problem for him. His first response was this on Twitter, where he's just taking full responsibility for being an asshole, which I guess is fine. Like, he's just saying, yeah, I just was a real piece of shit here. But then 12 hours later, he made an apology video and doubled down on everything from his initial Twitter clip.
Firstly, it is well known in my channel that I do not tolerate heavy news,
I don't know how to find my own posts.
or trauma dumping, if you will, being entered or dropped into the chat. This has been discussed and explained and made clear many times while I've been live over the last 4+ years that I've been on Twitch. The people that come to my channel often, they know this. They see it all the time. So that's something that I want to make sure everyone understands.
He directly blames her for violating his terms of service for being a chatter, basically, saying, I have very strict rules, you're not allowed to kill vibes with bad news or anything drama-related or heavy. Okay, then don't ask questions that could potentially lead to, like, someone being honest with you, man. Not everything in the world is going to be sunshine and rainbows. So why ask a question to your viewers that they might just be open about if you don't want to actually hear it? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, and why are you blaming her? You're fucking blaming the victim here in this situation. What a terrible look. When you had already in your previous
What is that? That's what I do. So a dumbass.
tweet sang a very different tune. Where you're like, yeah, this one's kind of on me. I was a douchebag.
Also,
What changed?
Also, good vibes only is terrible. Okay, most people that are like all positive type shit are usually more negative and end up doing crazier shit and more negative shit than people who are just themselves. That's just how it is. Okay, I'm doing it now. Here's my truth about the world and the internet. Okay, people that are positive only are actually much worse than people who are just normal, just everyday self.
All of a sudden now, you woke up this morning and you feel like you're not a douchebag, you're
shit.
a superhero. In fact, she's the villain because she didn't follow your strict chat rules.
This is not the first time that she's violated the expectation that people not share heavy news in my channel.
Oh my god.
The frustration from having her argue in chat that she was, quote, just answering my question, even though she's been spoken to about this type of thing before.
Calling this an apology is a disservice to apologies. He is literally just justifying his reaction and saying it's all her fault. She violated our expectation of her in chat and then said she has a history of doing it. And in her statement, one of her twit-longers, she clarifies a bit deeper on what he's talking about. And he's pretty
Oh my god, I don't give a shit.
Especially with the help of your streams.
Oh my god,
misleading
bro.
with the way he portrays what happened here. Again, you asked her a question, she answered it. So the quote, I was just answering your question, is very accurate because that is all she was doing, man.
Frowned upon.
Drink tea.
Dude, I'm getting follows right now. From Joe JCKS. Bro Chacho, welcome to the channel, dude. Thanks for the follow.
All around us
Yeah.
He even acknowledges that maybe he should edit that out and then decides not to. You should have edited that out. That's what a big yikes moment there. In your fucking apology, not an apology, in your blaming, pointing the finger video, you get a follower, take a moment to say thanks for the follow and like just call out the follower during this. What a bad look. How could you not recognize that as a potential problem? But regardless, the actual video he has made here is not a good response. It is somehow even worse than the initial one with the doubling down and trying to justify it. Like, just have an obvious common sense level-headed response like, yep, I overreacted, this was stupid, I shouldn't have done that, I don't even know.
Oh my god. This guy, you're losing your mind. Shut up.
What I was thinking, I must have just been in a bad mood. Like it was just so easy to move on from this, but instead you doubled down and now you look real silly for it. That's about it. See ya.
Yeah, also you guys have my take about apologies. Apologies are something that somehow I think I have down to a science, okay? Because I don't have to think about it. I just kind of do it. I had to do it anyway. And even sometimes the biggest companies fail to do it properly. It's insane to me.